Good morning, everyone. Um, there's something that I grapple with every now and then, and I sometimes go, it's an Old Testament thing. And then somebody I respect a lot actually said, it's actually a thing. And I was like, oh, okay. And it's about the wrath of God, about the punishment of God. And I always talk about God turning his back rather than actually meting out, like lifting the hand to give you the punishment. But Romans 1 verse 18 says, "For the wrath of God is revealed from heaven against all ungodliness and unrighteousness of men, who by their unrighteousness suppress the truth." Wow. The wrath of God is hinged on the ungodliness of humans. So it's without God. So I'm not wrong. It's when we do not give God permission to be in control of our lives, and then we do the things that he has asked us to do, and then we flourish, and that is then how we move forward. And then when we don't have God in our lives and we turn away from him, that is when and that's what I believe. So do I believe God can punish and raise his hand and mete out punishment? Yes. Do I believe he does that? Well, you know my point of view. I believe that when we turn our back, we don't give him permission to step in. But do I believe he does not stop? So, yes, I believe it will stop evil happening. If we have chosen not to be around God, not to give Christ our love, and to give Christ our will, then I believe that God steps back and watches it happen. And it's actually tough either way, whether he is the one actually throwing the lightning bolt like they portray Zeus, or whether we believe he watches the bad happen. It's very hard because it's a very difficult thing to sell a good God who sits and watches bad happen. But ultimately, it's your choice. And that's the thing, it's your choice. We live, so a hurricane is something that happens on earth because that's where we live. And it's not necessary that God throws us with hurricanes or throws hurricanes at us. Yeah, that's not really what happens. It's the natural world that is around us. That's how we live on this planet. But I do believe that there has been miracles proclaimed around a hurricane coming and destroying a whole neighborhood. But that house of the believer stood standing. But then who does he choose, and why does he choose, and why is that believer's house still standing and my house is devastated? And these are all things that you must ask God one day if that's what you want to do. I don't believe he stops the punishment or he stops the evil. I do believe that we are here because we've chosen to be. I do believe we are here because God sent us. I do believe the way we live here, with or without God, with miracles or without miracles, is what our choosing. And sometimes God has unadulterated mercy, and you can pray for somebody you know is not saved, and he will honor the prayer of the believer. And we can't see the future, and we don't know why God does these things and how he does it and why it's different. But the easier route and the most difficult route, the harder route, is to follow Christ, to know God, and to be his child. Because if you are illuminating the truth rather than suppressing the truth, you are doing the work of God. What are you doing? Think about it. Have a wonderful day, and we'll speak again tomorrow.